ones?
Oh,
we're
no,
live.
I might keep both.
Okay, that'd be cool.
And we're live Wednesday night with those guys. So how you guys doing?
We're doing good. I'm sorry you're not feeling so well there, my friend.
I'm
Well,
doing
it happens,
I'm
what I mean?
okay. I just don't like rushing into the freaking house
Okay.
straight from work.
Well, I understand that one.
And I just got an alert saying Wednesday nights with those guys is live.
You know what? I get the same one.
All right, let me switch this mic around in front of the keyboard so I can speak softer.
Now,
Baby.
which Lawrence are we talking to?
We're talking to close-up Lawrence right
The
now.
professional one, the one with the collar.
The drawn back Lawrence is on mute. So,
all right.
So anyway, how you guys doing?
we're hanging in there. I had to take Lenny to go get her. She had her motorhome all repainted up to look like brand new, and bright new stripes put on, and of course it's raining, and so then I had to bring her golf cart trailer back to my house and park it behind my golf cart trailer so that she'd have enough room to put her motorhome back in her backyard.
Okay.
So at least me, I got to go.
What's up, Twan? Yes, but and Big Matt was good.
Twan, Big Matt, Drone Shot, Curtis Dart.
Drone Shot.
Who do you want me to send invites to now?
Well, if Curtis and Matt and I guess Matt's at work, but Curtis, I don't know if Curtis is still at work.
Justin,
yeah, I told you Justin first, but
yeah,
Paul. I don't know. I just wasn't. I don't know. I ate something early. I just don't feel too well after that. I don't know.
Sorry to hear that. That's not good.
I'll be all right. But
maybe a little
I told you about eating in them places where they speak a second language.
Little ice cream might help slide down.
That's New York.
Okay, Justin. I send to Justin. I send to Curtis. We're okay.
What's up, Hadley? How you doing, man?
Hadley, how are you? I checked the tracking number. It says I should have a delivery today.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not today. Sorry, tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm just frazzled. I just ran in the house and started up this live stream. Yes, Hadley, how are you? Its tracking number says that it should be here tomorrow. What's up, Night Train? How are you guys? Everyone seems to be coming in right on time.
Not tonight, Twan. Not tonight.
No flight. Yeah, it's raining and windy. You're just back from PA. Well, we're glad you can check us out. Those of you that don't know, if you have a DJI drone, no matter what it is, and you have an issue, Twan's our DJI guy, our legitimate DJI guy.
He should change his name to Twan Lee -DJI.
He'll put
they
the
might
hood
lock
up.
him up.
He can put the hood up on your drone and tell you what's wrong with it.
Yes, he can definitely do that. He can definitely do it. Twan Lee, I just wanted to let you know the new controller you got me for my Mavic Pro works fine. I was finally able to get a test run, and I haven't done any distance yet, but that'll probably be the next flight. You need a tutorial on how to use Zoom? It's very simple, dude. You download it to your phone. You download it to your PC, and you just pretty much click on a link, and Zoom does everything for you. Except in the lower right-hand corner, you have to tell it what camera you're using and what microphone you're using.
On mine, it's the lower left-hand corner, but okay.
Yeah.
I said lower left-hand corner.
You said right-hand corner.
Yeah,
okay. All right. Well,
the other
I'm dyslexic right now.
That's the other corner.
Yeah, the other one.
Oh, the military corner.
Yeah, that one.
What's up, Mr. Crawley? Drone Shots. What's up? What are we doing tonight? What's the format tonight? And I need to start up OBS so when I step away, this can show.
He can play his movies.
No, not anymore. This is all I'm showing.
What you got?
There you go.
So when I'm away, that's what people will see.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Are we? Is
Well,
anyone else coming in or no?
I don't know who else you sent to.
I sent to Justin. I sent to
I,
Curtis.
I don't know if Val is coming in or not, but I sent a
Who?
link. Val.
I don't know. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I want to make this announcement,
Uh-huh.
and it's related to Facebook. The group, those guys, those guys, New York City is doing fine. Fine. We have a total of 90 real people members. Okay, and it's growing slowly. We're still being very selective, but I just wanted to let everyone know that tomorrow morning I will be, listen closely, I will be resigning from every Facebook group as an administrator except the Flight Fanatics New York and those guys New York City, because I've come to find out that people have made me administrators in groups. What's up, Philly Drone Life? People have made me the administrator in groups and haven't even freaking told me. I go to a group and I'm getting messages. Paul Murray wants to join. I didn't join the group to be. I'm just using it as an excuse, Paul.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what happened to the times when you, hey, Paul, you want to be an admin in my group?
No. Nope.
All right. Are we bringing Philly in?
Yeah.
We bringing Philly in here, and Crawley and whomever else.
Yeah, I'd say more than, and Elliot's in here too.
I'm gonna have to send Herman a list.
What's Elliot doing? I haven't seen Elliot in for quite a while.
And see, Elliot is mad at the world. We'll go into that at another time.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if I mentioned this one to you, Lawrence. I don't know, but they came out with a new Typhoon, the Typhoon 3.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, they kind of teamed up with Leica, the camera people.
Okay.
Yeah, to put it's a nice camera, 1-inch sensor on the drone.
Mr.
The one
Crawley.
problem with it, and I don't understand where Unique was going with this, but it's the same old damn Unique.
Mr. Crawley and Philly Drone Life, you guys ever an invite? Curtis, I sent you one as well. You know what the deal is? You know what the deal is? What? I think Unique is trying really hard, but unless they fix that reception and link the reception problem, they're never going to sell a drone, because I cannot fly a drone that goes from here to the corner of my block and lose the signal. I'm sorry. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable with today's technology.
But the other thing is too, it's such a big, impressive looking drone, but it acts like it's a kiddie car, It doesn't go very far.
No, you're absolutely right.
And it's like beginner mode, stays on.
Yeah.
But you know what it is with them, and this is the thing, that it's not a reception problem. They know that it doesn't go far. They understand that. They're marketing towards flying within the line of sight.
Can you guys hold on for about, can you guys hold on for like about 2 minutes?
Well, you want to just stand still and
okay.
You're leaving and
Hadley, I'm busy. ATM, been repairing my freestyle quads and learning this TPU printing stuff.
2 minutes, okay.
What's wrong, Paul?
Well, you said to hold on for 2 minutes. I was holding on for 2 minutes.
I'll be back, damn it.
I was wondering what you meant. Like, if you were going to sit there, you wanted us to wait 2 minutes, or you wanted us to hang on?
Never mind. Paul's got jokes tonight.
You said hang on.
I always want to do what Lawrence, Lawrence, being buddies, we got to listen to our buddies, right?
Right. But yeah, Paul, they had the opportunity to come out with something better, and I just didn't understand where they were going with it. Because it's the same old Typhoon. It's the same range. Everything is pretty much the same on it. Just the camera is much better. Yep. And it still doesn't have a global shutter.
Yeah.
with a 1-inch sensor.
It's
So-
almost like the engineering team isn't up to snuff. It's like they designed to be it passable instead of being superior, you know?
Right. And also, GoPro came out with a new Hero, was it 8?
Hero 8, yep.
Yeah, and a 360 camera.
Yep.
So I don't know. Right after DJI came out with the action, that little action cam, they just came out with something new, because didn't that come out to compete with the 7?
Yes.
Yeah, and then now they've come out with this now. So what else? DJI is going to come out with something else now. That camera's been out, what, 6 months?
DJI is going to come out with a box that you're going to open it up, and a professional photographer is going to jump out of there, take whatever pictures you want, and you just stuff them back in the box again.
Well, they kind of have that now with that drone in a van thing.
Yep. I wonder how that is doing.
Yeah, so would I. I mean, I haven't seen anything
I
updated
haven't
on
seen
it.
any
It's never
reviews
made
on
any
it. I
big
haven't
news.
seen any reports from anybody say, yeah, so and so use that, or
I'm quite sure that who have looked at the specs of this camera that got a hold of it, they wanted to use it for anything. I'm quite sure they've already approached DJI on purchasing. Nobody needs we have our own film crew.
Yeah.
We film what we want to film.
well, I would imagine the professional videographers that do aerial stuff, like in Hollywood, they're a pretty tight knit little group. You know what I mean? And they're not going to let just somebody from the outside come in and show us up.
Mike Goetz, welcome to Wednesday Nights with those guys.
Welcome.
I've never seen the name before, so I'm acknowledging it. I did have someone tell me one time that they came into the chat to check us out. TCM Drones, what's up?
Drones.
And they
Hey,
left.
how you doing, Tim?
They actually left because we didn't acknowledge them.
Who?
Don't even worry about it.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
One of
But-
those.
If you ever come into one of our live streams and we don't acknowledge you, trust me when I tell you it wasn't purposely done. Sometimes we don't see the chat. I try to stay on top of it, but
and me.
welcome
I'm
to Wednesday
glad-
Nights with those guys. Don't forget to click that like button. I see there's 11 people watching now, and you lurkers that are outside watching, we thank you for lurking. But you guys that are in here, click that like button to get those numbers up.
Hey, Mr. Crowley.
Herman has a little bit of
Crowley.
news that
What happened?
he only needs 75 hours, watched hours left
Well,
of
check it out.
4,000 hours or 240,000 minutes.
Okay, give us the pose, Zeus. Give us the pose. There it is. There
There
it
it
is.
is. Which way to the beach?
Which
That way?
way?
Or is it that way? Oh, I'm getting a cramp. What's happening, guys?
What's up?
Nothing.
But Paul and Sean, check this out. DJI came out with 2 new drones, I believe, here now. This, because recently they had the show there in California, but it was California, right? This year it wasn't in Ohio, like wherever that was last year.
Isn't it in Texas still?
Was it Texas this year, or was it
I
last
thought it
year?
was down
I
south.
think Spin Up is in Texas.
No, not Spin Up. Not Spin Up.
Oh.
Just recently they released the multispectral and
you're
the
talking about the,
MG1P.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, when they released the agricultural drones.
Yep.
Yes, which I was checking out, Herman, and
Yes.
that agricultural drone is pretty bad because
Yeah.
from the video that you sent me, the link, check this
Mhm.
out, Paul and Mr. Crawley. You can operate multiple drones from one controller, up to as many
5,
as
Up
5
to 5 from one
That's
controller.
pretty cool.
from
Hey,
one
Herman,
drone.
Big-
Hey,
Big
John
Matt,
Donato,
Big
how are you,
Matt.
buddy?
Big Matt has asked you or made a
Hey,
comment.
Herm, have you ever shot a whole video shoot and get home and all the footage was garbage? Happened to you last night. on the tablet. It looked beautiful, but on the monitor, it looked terrible. Well, see, that's why, Big Matt, I'm on such a quest to only shoot night footage, because anyone can film during the day. Anyone can, well,
What were you
almost anyone can
shooting with?
shoot in low light. And
You were shooting with the Mavic?
Oh, Mike Getz. He says, please call me Mike Getz. Okay. We will definitely do that.
Okay.
But
So, Matt, you were shooting with the Mavic, because I mean I've shot stuff that that didn't come out as nice as I would like it to. It was a little grainy. Shooting at night.
Yeah.
In the daytime, there's been times like, well, I'll just, in certain areas or when I'm shooting, I'll just turn the camera on and fly and just check out different locations and let the camera record.
Well, Herman,
so sometimes
Have you ever shot like a night shoot and had a second controller for a camera operator and one for the pilot, so that you can coordinate, but yet you can concentrate on the pixelation and all that stuff?
No, because the Phantom does not have an FPV camera, so I'll be flying blind.
Okay.
Yeah, it would.
But see, on Novice, on your Mavic, I think you can do dual controls now, can't you?
With the Mavic Pro?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but you'll still be flying blind.
True. Because if the guy is controlling the camera, unless it's line of sight and you're a good line of sight flyer, you may have some issues. Whereas the Inspire 1 and Inspire 2 have an FPV camera.
Well, we only fly line of sight anyways.
This is true. Ta-da.
Yeah, but at night, that strobe could be more damn distracting than figuring out your actual where the bird is actually sitting, because that light is so bright.
And the reason I ask is because I know that DJI did some updates on firmware. And I thought when they updated to allow you to have two controllers, it allowed you to have the dual screens where you could flip back.
But you know what it is? And correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who knows, but I believe that what you're talking about, Paul, is a master-slave controller for teaching someone how to fly.
Right.
For teaching someone how to fly. Now, even though you have the master-slave controller, master will override the slave controller, right? But the slave controller, you can set them up to operate the camera, anything they want. And once the master controller knobs are touched, it automatically overrides the slave controller.
So they have
that I do know about, but I didn't know that they had made it possible for the Mavic Pro.
Because I always fly alone. I just wondered.
In the park, in that park, it's very dark in that area, and going up over the back of the hospital there, and those buildings are next to it over by Flybush, and you can't really see that antenna on top of the school either. So
yeah, there's a radial antenna.
Gotta be real careful with that darkness over there.
But not just that, not the antenna itself, but the lines, the support lines to the antenna are invisible at night. And the only thing you see is of course the red beacon showing it's an antenna. But some of these lines do not go the way they're supposed to. Some of them are attached to a building next,
I don't know.
It's on top of a school. So that would be scary. But getting back to what you're talking about, Matt,
I've had shots
that happen
too.
I have had that happen, Matt, but not all of the footage. I have had footage look clean as I don't know what, which led me to realize why I needed to wear glasses. It looked clean to me, but it was actually slightly blurry or out of focus. Since I've started wearing my glasses at night, this issue is actually less of an issue.
I wear my sunglasses at night. So I can. All I can picture now is with shades on at night flying the drone. I do it with style.
Mr. Crowley. Hello, guys. How are you?
What's
Hello,
up?
Michael.
What's up, Mike?
I get happy when I see Mr. Crowley's face for some reason. I look
not
at
like
him.
this.
If Mr. Crowley can
Hey,
make
Eagle.
it, anybody can.
As long as
All
I
right,
stay awake.
listen, what I'm
No,
going
Donato. What's
what I'm
good?
going to do is I'm going to mute here so you don't hear what's going on in the house, and I'm going to get back on my phone
Wow,
and,
what's going?
outside.
Okay.
Okay, so
Where you
I will
going?
be here. I just need to move away from here so you guys don't get a double loop, an infinite loop. Because I
Well,
say
maybe-
hello and they go hello, 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 and start bouncing through the
Yeah, I
microphone
got you.
into it through this. Never mind.
We've been around.
Back when
like
I was a
this.
teenager. Back when.
But Matt, my Long Island footage was great, but the same setting downtown Brooklyn garbage. Well, Matt, you know as well as we do, Big Matt, that lighting conditions are always different, even though they look the same. And even though that setting worked there, there's no assurance that it would work downtown Brooklyn.
Your eye is adjusting to set for whatever lighting you're in.
Right. But the
has
camera
to
will
be
not do that.
manually done to do that unless you leave it in auto.
Well, Michael is always doing that in Philadelphia, adjusting the camera lighting.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Paul, you know, I'm going crazy right now because I keep getting messages. Speaking of drones, I keep getting messages for this Skydio. And every time, and I still haven't put my $100 down on it yet. Get it. Every time I get a message, I think of your face. And I think that son of a bitch, and he's going to have one before me. It's just, I got to put my $100.
Put your $100 down.
Do it.
Be in the club because you can always back away and they'll give you your $100 back.
I know.
Get it.
But I've already wasted like 3 weeks now. So now I'm probably on the fourth line.
You don't know how many guys are going to back out ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
If the weather is good,
What's Lawrence doing? He looks like he's fluffing himself or
I'm
something.
going to tell
He
you
looks
guys
like a
one thing.
freaking Sasquatch.
Okay.
Look how tall he
Like,
is.
looks like
What I'm going to tell you is don't invest in that Skydio 2. You know
No,
why?
please talk me out of
After the new year, when they talk about the Mavic 3, you're going to say, damn, I should have listened to that.
But then
don't
I'm
worry about it. You just put that one in the box and you get the new one.
Well, that
Yeah.
new Maverick that's coming out.
What happened?
I mean, I think that's kind of funny coming from a guy with 1,000 drones hanging on his wall.
You know, when you was a kid, you got the new racing set that came out, right? The
Yeah.
old one was still working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, you're
We
right.
got the one people threw out, and that we'd walk by
You're
the
right
trash and
about
see
that.
parts of it in there.
Lawrence
we put the
looks-
cars on the track because we had no electricity.
Lawrence is headed out to get on the sled with the sled dogs. That's what
I know. I'm holding back from saying he looks like a Sasquatch.
Oh, here we
The thing
go.
from the ground up, he looked like he was 12 feet tall.
He got jokes. He got jokes.
You look like a bell.
That's okay. Let me- I'm listening. I'm just going to mute.
Okay.
You're listening. You're just gonna
He needed a
mute.
cigarette, I guess.
Well, now we can all add sound to him.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, that's it. That's it.
All of y'all go to hell.
Do some big steps.
Hey, Lawrence, we've been there and it's got to be warmer.
In the figure, Mr. Crowley would have all the special effects.
That's it. I have all the technology I need right here. You guys with all your equipment. I just make
What happened?
no, I said you guys with all your equipment. I just make my own.
Okay, but Lawrence, you listening or you speaking? You speaking and listening, or which one you doing?
I'm here. I'm just trying to do a little bit of both.
Okay. No, because one of the things that I was wondering with that agricultural drone we were talking about, they say it has an FPV camera. So my thing is that if this controller can control up to 5 drones at one time and it has an FPV camera on it, is there like a capability for this thing to have another person controlling the actual camera on this thing to do whatever is
From what-
spraying
from-
function of it? While
He's,
this
he's
person
talking
can
about
see-
the new agricultural one.
Yes, there is actually. From what I saw in the actual video, you can control the spray nozzle and everything
right.
independently. And also it has 35 sensors and one sensor in the front for optical avoidance. But the other 35 sensors are supposed to help that optical avoidance.
Right, because they're supposed to see each other.
Herman,
Right.
is it just me, Herman, or does it look like he's got his camera stuck up his navel? Because all we see is light every once in a while.
Oh, that's because I'm outside.
You got it under your cape or something.
Kinda
It's under
scary.
my hoodie. It's
Oh, it's
pouring
not-
out here.
It's raining outside.
And what happens is when you have a touch screen and water touches it, it does what it wants. It thinks every raindrop is a function.
Oh,
To
okay.
do something.
Hey,
So I have
Roger,
it
Bill,
under-
what's going on, man?
I thought you were practicing proctology. I didn't know.
Ha ha ha. Homie, don't play that.
Now you are gone. Or are you there?
He's there.
What's
But,
happening,
I'm
John?
still here.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the thing it was. I thought was kind of interesting because they never mentioned that. They just said that it could, control up to 5 drones at a time.
And the other thing they don't mention, Herman, is the price of that setup.
Oh,
This is
well.
Oh,
true.
that's gonna be huge money.
Oh, I think it's like $40,000-$50,000.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous.
Well-
That
Like,
agricultural drone is probably going to start at about $18,000.
Well,
yeah, I bet you're talking more.
I think more than that.
And
Well-
they said
Well, who knows? Because the Phantom 4 multispectral starts at $6.5 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're gonna get federal subsidies to get it, and they're gonna have it's huge money. Like,
Right, exactly.
when I
It's like buying a giant tractor till one of those.
when I
Right.
come back inside, I'll put the video up so
But-
you guys can see it. But
But you
From what I
probably
understand-
won't buy just one.
well, that's what they're counting on. They're counting that you don't just buy one because with the 5 synced up, you could cover several hundred acres easily
Yeah.
with
Right.
it. Now, also, you can, from what I saw in the video, you can control the actual nozzle spray
Right.
and refine it down to an area or make it as wide as possible.
Yep.
But imagine
that
5 of these flying across a neighborhood with sleeping powder.
Sleeping powder.
Yeah, you drop it out of the drone, you spray the whole neighborhood, everyone goes to sleep, no more neighborhood.
There you go.
Man.
Some crazy guy's gonna say, hey, agricultural drone,
Hold
let's
on.
see what it
You
really
got that
does.
disclaimer in your pocket?
Yeah, none of
Disclaimer.
us agree with you.
Yeah. We don't know him.
Knows.
Yeah, tell me
The guy the guy with the mob hood on there. We don't know him.
What hood?
the mob.
The mob.
What hood are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We don't know what he's talking about. Spray what? We don't spray anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
We
drones
like
like that
drones.
that get the big guys really nervous. Let me tell you.
We don't advocate
The
spraying
views-
of
The
anything.
views
Even when
expressed,
you go in the
on-
bathroom.
the views
Well,
expressed on this live stream are not necessarily the views of all members on the panel. Does that help?
Okay,
Oh my
that'll work.
God, I feel like so sick tonight.
All right, I can
Why, what happened?
end this.
I don't know, man. I'm like sick as a dog. My stomach and my head.
Mhm.
Oh, it must be a virus.
Maybe
Oh, I
you're
feel
pregnant,
Like I haven't had a sickness, cold, or anything in a long time. And
Mr. Crawley.
I feel like
You
I got a flu.
Maybe you're pregnant.
Yeah.
I could be. I could be pregnant.
Yeah.
again.
And you know what? Next time you go to the bathroom, check. You could see maybe the trunk is hanging out now.
That's true. Well,
Yeah.
it does look like the trunk's hanging out when I go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Let me get this video so you guys can see it. And it's actually impressive. I like the design of it. I like the way it looks. If they can take those sprayer arms off of it and just make a drone like that,
Yeah.
I would probably, if I could ever
With the
afford it,
tank
just
on
have
it?
one to have.
You would get it with the tank on it?
With the
No.
tank? No,
Yeah, the whole.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
The thing that holds the pesticides or whatever they spray.
DJI MG1P.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hold on. I will
You could put the
go to
spray
share.
back and fly.
There it is. Of course. That's it right there. Now, check this out. 35 to 36 cents. I think it's 36 sensors.
That's been around.
Obstacle avoidance in the front. Now,
yeah, they've
you
done
can-
some things to improve this.
but you see this bank turning? This is
Yeah.
supposed to make spraying with it more accurate, because
You know,
instead of
it's
making a
like-
90-degree turn,
RTK technology with the
Lawrence, so those are set up GPS wise too, right?
yes, they are. They are
Yeah.
set up GPS wise, but I'm going to fast forward it because they were showing how you can connect up to 5 birds at one time. It has waypoints, and it fly. Well, I kind of
you
got
can
away
do
from it.
on-screen waypoint missions with this.
Yes, you can do on-the-spot waypoint missions, and I don't know what the battery life is, but if one of those motors, it has 6 motors, if one motor goes out, she can still fly.
That's
Yeah.
a gas tank on it.
No, it's
Or is that the
the
spray?
whole,
That's the
That's
spray.
the fertilizer or whatever the heck it is. But check this out. It creates its own airspace, meaning you can allocate an area and literally it will not go outside of that area. You could set it up and it can fly almost autonomously once you program a route.
There's
Now,
all
this is the
five.
guy. This is the guy showing right here. It does control up to 5 of the 5 drones.
Take that one off. Yeah.
Okay. And you only tell one to take off and they will follow in sync.
That's pretty cool. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. So
So you guys with the grow houses, or the fields up there, whatever, tobacco and whatever you do, this might be for you.
In other words, marijuana farming.
Who?
That's all I mean.
where, how?
Anybody that's growing anything, cabbage, any kind of stuff.
Smoked cabbage. Wow.
What's the price of one of them drones? The Argus?
Unfortunately,
They don't give you
it'll probably be higher than 20,000.
I couldn't tell you.
The 150
It says call for pricing.
You
Yeah,
know
you gotta-
what? I'm going to look it up.
I wonder
What
if
is
that's
it?
going to even be feasible.
DJI MG1P.
You
There
can
we
go to,
20,000 times 5 drones. That's $100,000. What would it cost
Yeah.
for a plane to just fly over that field and just unleash their shit?
Pretty close to, if not more. You got to have plane maintenance. You got to pay the pilot. You got to pay for fuel, and then you got to pay for the
Insurance.
chemical that they're spraying. And depending on the size of how large a field is, how many times he's got to go back and refuel and do it over.
Yeah, and I mean I don't know. But the
DJI.
drone doesn't seem like it would hold a lot of liquid.
I know when you think about it, the amount of fluid plus the amount of battery size.
Yeah.
What is it, Herman? The DJI what? MJ?
MG
MG
1P.
1P. Now they have a 1S.
Yeah,
1.
they got a couple.
P.
That's the sport model. It comes with cup holders.
Yeah.
All right. Online store of quadcopters.
He got
MG
one extra
well, it
couple.
says DJI MG1, the leader in the world leader in camera drones. Now DJI is bragging.
Yeah,
Now they're bragging. I'm actually on their page.
they need a slap in the neck.
I don't want to watch the video. I'm trying to look for
some
something.
consumer
Oh,
drones.
And you
man.
have a control range up to 3 kilometers, which is
Mhm.
basically a mile and a half.
Yeah, at low altitude.
Yes, at low altitude, accurately, with trees and obstacles in the way.
That's pretty cool.
That
That's
is
pretty cool, man.
That is cool.
All right, you know what? Instead of me looking at this, I guess you guys can look at it too. We're on their website, so
We
this
need
is-
some
No,
we're
Paul
just
can
sharing-
have one.
we're sharing knowledge, but this is it. That white this white thing right here,
That's
that
the
is the
tank.
actual tank that
Yeah.
feeds the nozzles.
Yeah.
So it
Wow.
looks like it holds several gallons because that's not no small drone, and that's
And
not
that
small
Oh,
ra-
it's not. It's a big drone.
Yes,
that
yes,
radar
yes.
isn't cheap either. That's LiDAR.
Now you can control
Right.
up to 5 drones, the same style, up to 1.5 miles. That's pretty good. And with obstacle avoidance, as the terrain rises up, it will make adjustments automatically. And if there's a tree in the way, the obstacle avoidance will make it go up and over it.
You
Now,
know
you know
what,
what-
Herman? Herman,
And
this
then
is all.
catch up, but hold on, and then catch up to the other drones.
This is Herman. This is all making sense now.
This is it right here.
Is Lawrence is going to work selling DJI agricultural drones. That's why he's moving out to the country.
Okay, I got it.
It
Now
makes
check it
sense
out.
Now. Now
Hold
it
on,
makes sense.
they have a 1P RTK version for
Yes.
precise positioning, for precise
Interference resistance.
positioning with interference resistance, high navigation positioning to office centimeter. Oh, you know what that's for? That's totally for mapping, because they say
Yes.
you'll be accurate within a few centimeters. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's for mapping, but that's for.
I'm still trying to find a price though.
Large territory.
Okay, they have solution 1, solution 2 for agriculture. Let's take solution 1 and see what they're offering.
You get a motor and a couple sensors.
And 2 props.
No, yeah, they're giving you kits. They're
That
giving
is
you different
cool
kits
stuff.
to go along with it.
Uh-huh.
Cool stuff.
Anytime, I'm gonna say in answer to you, Philly,
Yeah.
anytime they say contact us for price, it's
Yeah.
expensive.
They have to build it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
And
you
that's
want.
one of them. That's one of them drones that they show up to your place in the van, right? And they pull.
No,
like, look at-
No. You gotta.
You gotta buy it. You're
Paul,
buying.
what
it.
is the
I am betting there's some training with it too.
the
Yeah,
certificate
of
that
course,
you have
definitely.
to have? What's the FAA certificate you have to have for that, Paul? It's not 107. It's for spraying the chemicals.
It's a
I can't remember what it was.
not a 33, but it's
Ooh.
yeah, there is one for spraying chemicals.
Yeah, you gotta have that for spraying
I
chemicals.
think it's a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's it, Mr. Crowley. That's the one. Then.
That's
I'm
the
not being
one,
muted,
right?
man. No.
No, you.
Hey, what's up, Roger? I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I was in another window, Grant Aerials. But anyway,
Happening, Roger.
if they say contact us, I can guarantee
Yeah.
you, what's the
20 grand
largest
plus.
drone they have under that?
What?
The M600, right? The M600 is the next size under that.
Yeah.
This is bigger than the M600.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
M600
Oh, yeah.
takes up a 6-foot table.
Well,
Okay, so
And then there's the 210, and then the 200. Yep.
yeah, the M600 is the largest one.
I have a Maverick Pro,
You do
and I really like
fine
it.
with it. Yeah.
You know
I
what?
got a Fitbit. I got a Fitbit.
I'm gonna
that showed
take a
up-
you
Mavic
guys
Pro.
need help.
I'm gonna take my Mavic Pro and I'm gonna attach this to it.
Display a bottle.
And once I screw the top off, it'll do agricultural, but
Yeah.
very short agricultural.
Short.
Agricultural drone for hire.
I got a question.
Yeah.
How you gonna get it to spray?
No,
Yeah.
gravity, dude. It's just gonna go
It
through
just drips.
Just
Gravity.
gonna drip?
Come on, man. This is the 21st century. Gravity.
Drip, 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 drip.
That's
When
it.
you turn, right, it's not gonna drip more on that side.
It
And
doesn't
you get-
matter.
you get
It's all
5
done
of them,
purposely.
5 remote controls.
It's done purposely. You
I'm
know.
just asking questions because I might be interested in hooking
In
up
buying
another
one.
drone.
Hooking up to my drone.
Well, hooking up somebody's drone to do it. I mean, I can sell a product for you if you're
I'll hook it
interested.
up to this Hubson H501S here.
Oh,
Just
you might not
just
get
to
off the
answer
ground.
your
Hook it up to
question,
that.
just to
Because
con-
if anything happens to
You might
it,
not get off the ground.
What?
to answer your question, it's a part 137 for agricultural.
Okay.
agricultural spraying is part
Right.
137. And
137.
Part
Yeah.
137.
learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Someone said they have a Fitbit too.
Yeah. Yeah, I had this showed up at my door, but, and it was an upgrade for walking on the Rocky Steps. A fellow sent me this, and which has changed my life, by the way. This stupid little device has totally changed my life. So he said, if you run up them steps, which took me 3 months to do, he said, I'll send you an upgrade, but I didn't know what he was talking about. So the box came the other day and I wasn't allowed to open it. And so I didn't open it. And I showed him I didn't open it. And then it sat here and then I couldn't take it anymore. So I ran up the steps yesterday and then I opened the box and sure enough, it was the upgraded version. But dude, you people can keep track of you with this thing.
Of course. But
yeah,
not
I didn't
only
know
that,
that.
not only that, I've seen one that actually saved someone's life. The guy was
Yes.
doing something and it actually let him know that his heart rate was abnormal. His
Dude.
heartbeat was abnormal. He went to the hospital and he was about to have a stroke.
Hey,
Yeah.
Michael, you
Yeah.
need to reach out and thank the FAA for sending you that tag.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tell me about it.
You know what?
Dude, it's scary.
Funny about that, Lawrence? I was watching this TV show here the other day, well, yesterday actually. It's about this doctors, and this one doctor, he was out jogging with with the baby stroller that you can run with. So one of the guys on the basketball court, he had to leave. So they were like, "Hey, stroller guy, why don't you come get in the game?" So he went and started playing in the game with the guys. And when he was leaving, one of the guys had a heart attack. They rushed him to the hospital or whatever. Guy was fine, everything when he got him to the hospital. So they tell him he needs this surgery, but he's like, he wants to leave the hospital. So they gave him this monitor, right, that he had to wear so they can keep track of him. If his heart, if anything goes with his, changes with his heart, they can keep a monitor over him wherever he is in the city.
Right.
He leaves the hospital. The doctors are talking. This thing starts beeping on the screen. He didn't get no more than 5 feet from the hospital. He collapsed outside the hospital. And they had him on the GPS of where he was.
Oh,
Right outside the hospital.
I thought maybe you're going to tell us, Herman, he went to a strip club.
Oh, no. To see if he can test it?
See, that's what Paul wants to hear.
No, he didn't even make it 5 feet from the hospital. The GPS went off. The screen showed him that he was outside the hospital.
Later, TCM. Thanks for popping in.
TCM.
Next to fly. Congratulations. You did say you was expecting your drone.
Yep, he got his drone.
Congrats.
As soon as you can we see some footage, please? Because as soon as I get Hadley's bird, which is supposed to arrive tomorrow, I'm going to take it out probably Friday, because knowing my mailman, now check this out, guys. When I'm not expecting nothing in the mail lady's here 11, 12 o'clock. When I'm expecting something in the mail, she don't get here till like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
same here. You know what's funny about that? That happens around here too.
Yeah, but your mailman just go home and go to sleep.
No. Hold on.
Yeah,
that dude. Hold on, that guy retired.
Oh, he did.
Retired.
That's
so now they got this new lady. She comes.
But hold on. Tell them about the mailman first. About who you're talking about.
Oh, this dude was terrible. He was terrible. You see him coming down the block at like 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm like, yo, dude, that's not mail. That's not mail.
Yeah.
That's I mean, those bills are late now.
Yeah, you can't go to the bank.
I can't go to the bank now. What are you doing?
Right.
You got.
Welcome to Philly. Yeah.
But no, this guy was terrible. And the guy before him, mail be in the mailbox by like 12 o'clock. And I'm like, yo, dude, how do you guys got the same route? How do you do this?
He's in a bar all morning.
He's somewhere. But now he's retired. They got this new lady. She's on time. But now I guess she was on vacation. So yesterday,
she just got the job and she's on vacation.
Well, no, she's probably on another route.
Yeah.
But now I come in, right? I come in yesterday. I sent Val a message that I got in around 7. I'm coming in, and here comes the girl behind me with the card. I'm like, I thought the mail was in the box already. She's coming to put the mail in the box, and then she's got help.
Really?
I'm like,
and you know what's messed up? The mailmen stop at 8 o'clock at night. So
Yeah,
if they
it's
get
about-
your building at 7 and they still have a bag full of mail, they just call a truck and throw it on the back of the truck, and at 3 in the morning they deliver it? Because
That's
I had
exactly
something
what they do.
I had something strange like that
She
happen.
wouldn't make it past Christmas.
I had something strange like that happen to me. Well, I believe it was the neighbors, because I'm going to be honest with you. We get packages. We have a tenant. My wife's mom has a tenant on the top floor, and she orders a lot of stuff. And I had ordered something, and it said delivered. Now I have the postal app, UPS, DHL. I got all of them. Okay.
And it
And
gives you the warning.
the second that they scan it in a truck, it's usually 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, before I receive it. I went outside, my package was gone, and for some reason, there's a group of people that live across the street who I will leave nameless and try not to curse.
You're
But
flying your drone?
usually they're usually they're out on the porch and making noise, and all of a sudden I see my packages going. I asked the mail lady, I run down the block to the mail lady. She said, "Yo, I left your shit right there." I come up the block, I see someone looking out the window from across the street. I said, I yelled this out before I went in the house. Let me effing find out. Somebody snatched my package and the whole building's going down. I came out
And your package
this morning to put the garbage out, and the package was in the mailbox.
open.
So
Retaped.
yeah. No, it was sealed. It was sealed, but it was in the box. And,
Wow.
and I you cannot tell me that it wasn't.
Thank God it
family
wasn't
across the
food.
street.
They started eating it.
I'll be honest, my postal guy, he's like dead on time.
Hey, Al Diaz, you know what? You because
Yeah.
mailmen enjoy work. Try a New York mail person. I saw a mail lady last month stop in the middle of delivering. You know how they're putting in mailbox? Stop, put the mail in her bag, and walk back to her truck and light a cigarette and
Oh,
smoke.
I've seen that.
No, she smoked. No,
switch
she
spots.
finished the cigarette. Because I went to the store. She was lighting the cigarette. When I came back, she was putting the cigarette out, and then she went back to finish delivering the mail.
She took a little break.
Listen, that's effed up, man. You can't
Hey,
wait.
you know what?
until
Here's today's story about the mail. I went over and drove Lynn out to get her motorhome because she had it all painted up and made nice and pretty. And
let's see it.
so I
man.
dropped her off, and she said, "Will you swing by the house, pick up my golf cart trailer, and put it behind my trailer here north of my house? I got a spot for it." I said, "Sure." So I go over there.
Is that where you store the TVs?
Hey, Justin, you got an invite there if
And-
you want to join in.
And anyway, so I get me and I back in the driveway. I'm going to get the trailer out of her way so she can pull her motorhome in the backyard. And she's got the hitch locked. So I pull my truck out on the street, and I'm going to pull the trailer out behind my truck so that when she gets there, she can pull a motorhome in, and then she can come out and unlock the trailer. Well, I'm coming back up the driveway to go get the trailer, and here's a mailman on the porch. And he says, "Is this your house?" I said, "No, it's my girlfriend's house. She's on her way. She just went to get her motorhome." And he says, "Well, I can have a certified letter. You want to sign for it?" I said, "Yeah, I can do that." So I signed it. He handed me the stack of mail, and I put it inside her side door. She comes home, and I says, "Oh, the mail's in." She looks at it. It's certified mail for some lady that's 6 blocks over.
Wow, when you signed
Wow.
for it.
Yeah.
So guess what you got to do now? Hey,
Take it
Rodney
down
Bell
there.
says his wife is a mail carrier. Rodney Bell, we love. Wait a minute. Am I muted or what?
Oh,
Oh,
good.
no.
Oh, I'm unmuted. We love
Wow.
mail people. We're kind of like making fun of them, but New York mail people are special.
No,
You gotta agree. You gotta agree with me, Herman.
No,
We have
fellas,
some
I'm gonna tell
live
you.
ones.
I have nothing against any of the postal carriers because I've seen what they go through, especially here in New York.
God.
I've worked in a post office when they renovated one of the post offices in Manhattan. I see what they put them through.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand is that when you have a guy that's got the route down and it's like he's hopping through it, you move them, and you put somebody on the route that's like, the son of molasses and maple syrup.
It's true. It's true, because when I first moved around here, we had this male dude, the male guy. He was guy, a male man instead of a male person. Okay. We became friends and everything. Next thing you know it, he disappeared. So I was like, what happened? You got sick? You went on vacation? He says, no, they moved me to the other side of town.
Yeah.
Where I have to lock my truck and stuff like that. And I just didn't understand that. And you're 100% right, Herman. The people that do what they're supposed to, they relocate them to a spot.
They always move them around.
And then they give you someone, or they give you two people. I remember they took away a male person, a female, and they put two people on the block, and they were both late.
Wow.
So Lawrence, please tell me why I shouldn't get the Skydio. Please tell me.
You know why? You know why?
I mean, I don't need it. Of course, I'm already past that. None of us need another.
You know what?
But it's
flying,
so
the type of flying that you do personally.
Yeah.
Honestly, you cannot go. Look at the dynamic range.
No, I know, but did you see? I think every commercial's better than the one before.
Listen,
Look what it does now. It does backflips.
Listen, Mike, it's smoke and mirrors. Have you seen that commercial, that pizza commercial, where the guy walks in a pizza joint and says, hey, can I have 2 pies? So the guy gives him 1 pie. He goes, well, where's the other one? He puts up a mirror, 2 pies. That's what they're doing to you.
Really?
Michael?
That's what I feel they're doing with this guy.
Well, you're not going to help. I know you're not going to help.
Spend $100. Get in line.
Yes.
You don't have to step up to the counter.
Exactly.
Mike,
wait and see. People are starting to do reviews with them now, but they're doing reviews with test models.
No, I get it, but the only thing is, for me, I'd like
LDS says he canceled his order. See?
Fly with the controller. Now, the thing is,
why
the camera on it, for me, it doesn't beat what I'm flying with now.
You have Herman. It's not going to beat. You have a 4 Pro. There's no way
it's not. It's right, and until then, I'm not pulling.
And let me tell you something.
With the Mavic Pro, it's not doing better than that either. Even though it has the 4K 60.
Yeah, and it has the dynamic, them 13 stops. The camera does look good.
Yeah, it does.
It really does look nice.
I got to feed the squirrels. Be right back.
And I'll tell you what's getting me.
Well, hold on, Mike. I'll give you number one.
Does he really feed them?
My number one reason why you or I, as an urban flyer, and you are an urban flyer, okay?
Yes.
Wi-Fi tech. Now, it may
That's
be
what's
Wi-Fi.
stopping me. Yeah.
Hold on. It may be Wi-Fi 2, which is supposed to be Wi-Fi at a higher frequency.
Yeah.
But to be honest, you would probably go a block and a half and be like, what the hell?
Yeah. No, I know.
For drone meetups.
What you plan to do and jog up the stairs, the rocky stairs at the museum, that would be perfect. Or if we're having a meetup and I'm walking amongst the crowd and I'm mingling with the crowd.
Right, Al.
Perfect. And we have a guy here named Invincible Don. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
No.
His YouTube name is Invincible Don.
Check out his videos.
Man. He does stuff like the water, the tide going in backwards, and it looks like he's walking forward. He does stuff.
Stuff like that. Cool.
Okay, and he does some really, really good editing. You didn't get it, Justin?
Yes, Al's got it. Al's got it.
I will send another one.
That's the other thing, Al. And Al's got a point. And it seems cheap, right? $1,000. But guys, once you start buying the little finger, and then you get a controller, you're up at like $1,500. And for a drone that's Wi-Fi.
Change.
Yeah. And it's like, I can get them. I can wait a little while, get them out.
Michael.
So that's what's on.
I don't want to hear you come springtime saying,
I
"Dang it, I should have bought that thing."
I know, I'm going to do it. But and here's what's getting me.
Mike, you're gonna fly it one goddamn Mike. You're gonna fly it one goddamn time and put it back in the box.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm freaking worried.
You know
That's
why?
why I'm
Because
holding
after you get over the ooh and ah, and you run around through the trees,
Yeah.
and record all of that.
It's kind
What
of
is there to
it's
do?
kind
Now,
of like it's kind of like
Michael, you
Lawrence's Field of Dreams hanging on the wall behind him.
Yeah,
He's
see,
It's gonna
See?
lose connection and it's gonna land right
This is
on
true.
William
Now,
Penn's
Mike.
shoulder, and then it's gonna be stuck up there.
And then I
Right.
have to go get a reconnaissance mission with my
Hey,
And then you're gonna be trying to arm the motors from up there.
Hey, Lawrence, you got to put
Turtle
another
mode.
hook on that wall
Turtle
for the
mode.
one that's coming from Hadley.
I'm clearing space.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
clearing space. Actually, I'm actually.
Hey, I
Wanna
hope
get rid
Hadley
of
got
some birds.
video of that thing flying.
Do you
In
know?
fact, if it
I hope Hadley's got video of that thing.
right now, I
flying.
have 7 drones. Okay, out of the 7, 4 work. So why are the other 3 up there?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I hope Hadley got video of this thing flying.
why?
It's never gonna fly again.
You hear this, Mr. Crawley?
It's
Hey, you'll
going.
do this, man.
Ye
You'll do
have
it.
little faith.
I have faith.
It's
man.
going to New York to die. It's gonna go in there. Go to Lawrence House,
It's going to the
and the
New York
electronics
Drone
is just
Museum.
gonna stop.
You know,
The
I'm
New
gonna
York Drone
go,
Museum.
go get something to drink.
You might as well put more nails on the wall and just add to the museum wall.
Wow, that was low.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
funny, Herman. You talked about that.
He
We'll
has
get you a
such-
feather
hat.
duster for
He
Christmas.
has such little faith, and watch. I
I've been
will.
trying to get permission to land on William Penn's hat, and they will not give me permission to land on it. I went to City
Send that
Hall.
Skydio up there when it
Yeah.
loses. It'll land right
I
there.
went everywhere. They won't give me permission. So we're going to have to do it a little illegally there. But
I don't think you actually could land on his hat without it sliding off. Then you'd be in big trouble.
Oh, I've been checking it out. It's doable. And but it's private. It's
Famous
private.
last words.
Yeah,
Hold on. Hold it. Stop.
it's
I mean,
private.
read
property.
that.
Hold it. Hold it. The views and opinions
Yes.
that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel.
I just think it would be so cool to just
You
land
gotta
on his
admit,
head.
we all want to see him do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's against the law. Sorry.
But you
It
know
is-
what?
It's private property. You
How's
need
that
That's-
exact
but
against the
see,
law?
You know,
Now
Mr.
stop.
Crowley,
Now stop. You can do it if you were a 107 pilot and you
Yes.
were shooting a commercial
correct.
and you needed that shot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
all right,
you
Rodney.
paid for it.
Thanks for stopping
How's-
in with us, man. Hanging
Yes,
out.
Rodney. Thanks for coming in,
How's
brother.
the 107 going there, Michael?
I'm on page 12. I made it from 8 to 12. I went 4 pages from last week, so
I've only got
getting
one
there.
week,
No, one
week, 1
question.
month.
One question, Mike.
Yeah.
One question. What the hell made you think about trying to land on William Penn?
Because I'll tell you
Where
Look
did
at
that
him.
come from? Where
no,
did
I'm
that-
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because every time I fly over his head, there's this little round spot on the top of his head.
That's the main pole. That's the main pole that they slid all of the bronze metal pieces.
Is that what it? I don't know.
That's the
Or what
anchor
I'm
bolt.
thinking it is it's no. I think it's
A
got
laser
something to do
gun.
with the sun. It takes in lighting or something and lights up certain parts of him. I don't think it's solar. It's so I keep looking at
No,
this little.
no. Next
round-
time you go,
I'll check him out better.
Mike.
Soon
Yeah,
as you
there-
get
there-
3
I
inches off
forget.
that
Don't
thing, it's
quote-
gonna lose signal.
Don't quote me,
Yes, it
but I
already
think
did. It
there are
already did.
18 pieces of that statue.
Is
And
that
I'm
what it is?
sure each one of them connect to that center pin.
You're
It would
probably
be
right.
your luck. You land on it and the arm falls off. Then
Well,
what
what happens? What happens is when
That
you,
would be
you-
carnage.
when you get really close, I
You know how
start
heavy
getting
that
all
thing is?
kinds of magnetic interference.
Yes.
Everything goes like that. And it's,
Mike,
but I can
Mike.
do it. I
You
can
know
do
what
it.
he's made out of?
Yeah, iron.
Why would-
Mike, you want to know what happens? I'm going to explain to you what happens when you get too close to a metal structure. Okay, I'm going to give you the perfect example.
Oh, I
Drone?
Trust me.
Hold on, drone, statue. Okay, what happens is there are signals coming from the satellite straight up, right, in the sky.
Right.
There's signals coming from your remote, which are back this way, right? Now, all of that is being beamed to that drone. Now, what happens in this piece of metal, if you get too close to it, the signal that's coming from your radio
Right.
can actually go past your drone and bounce off of the metal. which means you could press forward and get the signal off of the metal and really go backwards. That's when you start getting magnetic interference. Okay. Also, the satellites that are beaming down the signal, it's a giant mirror, dude. It's taking your signal, it's reversing your signal, it's sending your signal here, and your drone is only made to accept one signal. So guess what happens if you lose?
It goes everywhere. I've had.
You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Mars, that's the same thing with that big glass building over there by Court Square.
Yeah.
By the train yard in Long Island.
And what happens is you try to pull away from it,
Yeah.
and magnetically, it automatically pulls closer to the metal object. We've experienced it here in New York.
Yeah.
Now, if you do attempt this, try it with your least favorite drone.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. And I also want to try it. I want to try it with the,
In
with
fact,
the
it
Phantom
happened
in
in-
Addy mode.
It happened to Herman and I. We went to a new park. It's called Domino Park. We wanted to go fly. Now it's on a man-made pier. So when we knew we went to take off, we had magnetic interference. We know that that's a lot of metal and rebarb in the ground. So what we did was we actually used the tables in the park and our bags to take off from. And what happened was, as soon as I got into the air, it went straight into Addy mode. And because I can fly Addy mode, I wasn't worried about it. So I took it out over the water and said, okay, she'll reacquire satellites. She did reacquire satellites, but I wanted to come to the bridge leg, the leg of the bridge, and rise up like this slowly to the top of the bridge. What happened was I got in front of the leg, and all of a sudden I was being pulled towards it. And this was in Addy mode. Now, fortunately, I had enough sense to put it in sports mode, and it did not stop moving forward. I was pulling back. It was still moving forward. So what I did was I just hit half throttle and made the turn away from the leg.
Yeah.
But that's experience from flying line of sight and flying without GPS. The average person would have said, it's going into the leg. You know, and
that park was a nightmare.
Needless to say, Herman and I didn't fly.
Even when you fly too close to it, like the cranes. Yeah, when I did that, you know, that kind of corkscrew.
We did it the other day.
It went into Addy mode as I was going up.
Yeah. In fact, I'll show you the cranes that we
and, you know, and that's why, guys, the race drones, anybody that does both hobbies, it really does work. It works, and it makes you a better pilot. It really does, because
Bye, Rodney.
Yes,
when your drone does do that, you're familiar with it. It doesn't feel strange.
Have a good evening, Rodney.
These cranes right here.
Ron.
Not those cranes, the other cranes at
those cranes.
At what you call it?
But I had Domino. A Domino. Oh, those.
That's what you was talking about, right?
Okay. Yes, those two.
You mentioned
but
Domino
these I got interference from. Phantom 4. Where is it? Grand Ferry Park, right?
Yeah, that one.
Grand Ferry, those guys. These cranes right here. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can get closer. Here we go. These cranes. Now, these cranes are solid steel. They were put up in the 1800s.
Wow.
Well, those cranes were from the that whole thing. There was the dock for the Domino Sugar Factory.
Yes, the actual
and
Domino
those
Sugar
cranes
Factory
used to slide back and forth on a rail
to unload the ships and stuff like that. In fact, there's a video here where magnetic interference actually affected the way I flew around, because we were trying to I was trying to fly around it some way. I'm trying to find where it is. Panning cranes left to right. Here it is. As I get to the other side, I start this move right here, right? As I get about halfway, hold on, right about here, I go into Addy mode.
Yep. I bet it gets real smooth.
Yeah, I go straight into Addy mode, and I keep moving. I had stopped already before I realized that, you were still moving. But that's Mike.
Cool. Yep.
I have to read the disclaimer again.
Why? Oh, no, you don't have to read it. I know.
Okay,
What's
well,
up, Indigo?
we're just letting you know what happens when you put a drone.
Oh,
too
I
close to
know.
metal.
I know, Lawrence.
There's
I've
also
been
the
flying for years.
Unisphere in Flushing Meadow Park. Well, they can't fly around it anymore, but it's actually the picture. I don't know if I have any pictures of it, but I could probably search for one on the internet.
My first experience with all that was in 2016 when the Mavics first came out and the Phantom 4s first came out, the 4 Pro. That was one of my first drones, and I used to fly Walt Whitman Bridge, and at the time I didn't know nothing about the airport thing, and so I would just, it was my favorite place to go, and I just thought it was so cool to zip around the top of the bridge. And every time I did it, I kept getting, and I was fine. And then I'd get a little closer and a little closer until I built up the Gungan days to get right on it. And finally, I'll never forget it, man. I got right up close on it, and I started, and that was the first time I started getting all that magnetic interference. And I, as a new pilot, was panicking, and there it went. My directions went all crazy. The drone started doing whatever it wanted, and my pants start getting wet real quick. And I, thank God, I had enough sense to just push up. And when it got high enough, it you know, connected back up to the GPS, and I came right back and ran my little tail home. And then of course, the adrenaline, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I went back and I'm like, oh, why is that? Like, and then I said, start teetering with it. And then it was like, oh, I got it. Oh, let me try it again. And then finally start playing with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But this right here, Mike, I know people, I used to fly a 3DR Solo.
Oh, yeah, I never did, man. I never flew that drone.
Wi-Fi tech. If you got too close.
Oh, is that a Wi-Fi drone? I didn't know that was a Wi-Fi
3DR
drone.
Solos were Wi-Fi drones.
Oh,
God. If you got too close to this spear.
Oh, dude, look at the metal.
No, it would go into return home.
Oh, really?
If you lose your signal, it goes into return home.
Oh, no, I don't want
that happened to me while orbiting it. And of course, I was like, you know what? I can get closer to that.
Right. Yeah, let me try that again. Yeah, see, how close can I get?
Yep.
Well, I did that with the William Penn hat for about a year. And then finally, I started thinking,
what's up, explicit?
Yeah, something's not right. Let me go ask it, because I wanted to land. And I said, let me start experiment, you know, looking into this. And I did look into it. And bottom line is they will allow me to do it. However, and to sell the city, but I need permission because it's private property. And whenever you start landing on private property, it's no, I mean,
there should be
permission.
There should be a board or committee in your city that you can go to request this.
Correct.
And if you explain to them like you're doing now by letting them know it's to help the city,
promote
right?
the city.
And I'm sure they know that right now they are one of the most drone friendly cities on the East Coast. I don't know about other places as of yet, but as far as I've known so far, Philadelphia is the only place, Paul, Mr. Crawley, and everyone in the chat, that
it's
you could be driving down the street and say, wow, I want to shoot that building. And as long as it's not city property or government property, you can fly it.
And it's not as fabulous as New York, guys. I mean, it's nothing next to what you guys see. I mean, when you set your drone up in New York, it's breathtaking. I mean, that's all I could say.
See,
I can't imagine flying in New York.
But
I think I would take a freaking heart attack.
The difference is, Mike, between New York and where you're at. In New York, we can fly towards Manhattan. We cannot fly in Manhattan. Now, there are thousands and thousands of videos of people flying over the Statue of Liberty and stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's illegal?
Some people,
yes.
Some people are professional pilots, 107 pilots. The majority of them are rogue.
Gotcha.
Okay. The difference between New York City and where you are, in New York City, as big as it is, you don't have to fly over it to get great shots.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
whereas your city, where the city of Philadelphia, you can get up close and personal to Liberty One.
Yeah, so real personal, like bump it.
That's because New York City consists of 5 boroughs, and Manhattan is an island sitting in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you can fly around it to a
Yes.
certain point.
Yes, you can fly around it. And actually one night, me, Herman, and who was it when we were why are you looking around, Herman?
Because I don't know what you're talking about.
One night we were
Herman says I wasn't there. I wasn't.
one night we were out flying, a group of
Mhm.
us, I should say. All right. And we know where we have to stop before you hit Manhattan Island. Because after a certain point, certain parts of
Well, there's a
Manhattan
line now.
have a line. It doesn't say no fly zone, but it's a bubble around the financial district. And I ran into it by accident because I looked at the map and all I saw was the line. It didn't say no fly zone. So
Right.
I went and I kept going because where we used to be able to stop outside Manhattan would be about 200 or 300 feet offshore. Well, this line is further out, and to make a long story short, I hit it, and it was like hitting a wall because I couldn't go forward, and I was like, wait a minute, I can't move anywhere. So me being stupid man, you know, caveman, I go forward again and run right into the wall.
No.
Believe it or not, it was a no-fly zone, but it was not on air maps. It was not on anything. But you could see it on your map. You could see it on your map in the DJI app.
So, Lawrence, if you allow me, I'd like to show a video. Somebody sent me a video of just how close you can get to Liberties. And this was
Sure,
an
go for it.
inexperienced,
But
this was an inexperienced pilot, by the way.
Is this the same pilot that I actually saw look down on Liberty One? And I didn't know Liberty One was a star from the top, the shape of a star.
No, that was me. That was me. That was
Mike, you just blew it all. Just put the damn video on.
All right, so here we go. Let's see. Here we go, guys. So anyway, so this guy sends me this footage, and so here it is, right? He wants to do a flight from somewhere in Philly, and he wants to hit these Liberties. So he starts flying. He's looking around. It's a great day, right? And so as he gets up here, I'll fast forward it here a little bit. So he starts to move up here. Let's move it up. So now here he goes, guys. He gets real close, and I'm just going to let it play from here. It's under a minute. And so now here he goes, and guy tells me he just wants to zip around. But what he didn't realize is that he needs to get above these buildings. He can't put the building.
He was trying to go around them at this altitude?
At this altitude, right? And he didn't realize that, you know, there's other things, you know, involved here. If you're going to do that, you better be going fast, you know, because when you get behind that monument of concrete, you're going to lose signal.
Of glass
Right.
and metal.
Right. So here's what happened to this sad. Needless to say, guys, he did wear diapers that day. Thank God, he had his diapers on.
I already see what's going to happen.
Yeah, well,
because when I flew past Liberty too, I started getting low signal. I'm like, I better go.
Oh yeah. So right about here, the guy told me that he started getting really nervous because everything was breaking up. And
check out the open hatch. Check out the open hatch at top.
Boom. Right there it happened. Yeah.
He lost signal.
He couldn't find his drone. And watch what happened, guys. The drone went in to return to home, but there's a block of concrete in the way.
And glass and metal.
There you go. And there it is. And hello, but a
obstacle avoidance.
Hit it, and then it crawls up the side of the building. But look how amazing this DJI drone was. It found its way. It's like the Skydio. It found its way around that freaking concrete and came back home, which I thought was amazing. I really did.
That
almost looked like a Michael video.
It was kind of. See, now, the only difference is I go around the whole thing, and I preach many times.
The only difference is Michael is a professional.
That's it. And working on this one,
because Mike would have known that would have happened. But let me tell you something, guys. Being an urban flyer, I've come to find out Here in New York, they're starting to make a bunch of buildings with similar glass like that, with that blue tinted glass.
Uh,
And for some reason,
Gorgeous.
unless there's a lot of frame work and there aren't large pieces of glass, for some reason,
It doesn't see
DJI
it.
drone does not, I repeat, does not stop.
doesn't see it.
Now, what
Really?
helps, what it's because the
It's like
signal,
water.
it's going right through the glass.
Water does the same thing. When you run like the Maverick Pro right above water, like
It'll
into
lower.
the
It always
water,
gets lower.
it'll land
It
in the
always
water.
gets lower. Yes,
It
that's
starts to
true.
go down and go into the water. You gotta go up,
So
up, up, up.
depending on the building
Yeah.
and depending on the composite of the glass will dictate whether you will make it around that building or not.
Well, it saw that glass. I mean, that's pretty.
Well, see, it also, if you see on the screen, there were a lot of pipes and
yes,
and,
yes,
and
yes.
water runoffs so that the water
Yes.
doesn't build. So that can be seen, and the fact that the glass was on an angle.
Yep.
But
Now,
I do know
guys,
if the drone is,
tell me what goes on with this because I'm not
with
aware
what, APAS?
No, the signal in glass. Is it bouncing off? You're saying something that bounces off a glass?
No, because if it bounced off, it would get
optical.
the signal to stop. It goes
It
through it.
bounces through.
It goes
Bounces
through the glass.
Through the glass. Gotcha.
Depending on the composition of the glass, yes.
I found that out on water. That's how I
Right.
found out about the
Same
glass.
here.
Glass is-
Rhino says flip to Acron and dive that heifer.
Oh, dude, oh man, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I would. Whoo, well, have fun getting signal in Center City. But I'm telling you guys, and people don't realize too, when you fly in cities, and you guys know this, but right away people think, oh, I got to get up close. It's the worst place you could be is up close. When you're flying big buildings, your best spot is out. You want to be out. You don't want to be in that congestion.
Well, see,
Although, Mike,
that's
when
why
you're passing, you do want to get the buildings in your profile.
right as you're
On
passing, but
as
you're
passing.
not actually stopping to take a picture. You're still in movement, which means you still have momentum. Because it happened to a pilot this summer who came here from Europe. He went to DJI, brought a drone,
Yep.
okay, because he didn't bring his because he heard you couldn't fly in New York. Then he got to New York and heard that so many people were flying around here. He
Wow.
went and brought a drone from DJI, except this idiot, being a tourist, took off in the middle of Manhattan and
Oh,
hit a
God.
50-story building. And this happened, you remember the story, Herman? This happened
Yeah.
on a Sunday, and he went in on Monday to go get the drone and to offer to pay for the window because the drone went straight through.
I keep telling you that I'm a true believer that if you can probably fly in Manhattan, but the problem is that your radio, your controller is down in the canyon in the
Yes.
middle of the noise.
And the signal
Exactly.
streaming
It
up between.
needs to get out of there, and you could
Yep.
probably fly through Manhattan with no problem.
Right. If you're at a rooftop on a 50-story building, okay,
Yep.
and you want to
Even though
fly
that's
in
short
there,
in Manhattan.
you would be in Star Wars. You would swear you were in Star Wars.
Let me tell you something. There's buildings on the corner of where I live. There are 5-story buildings. So yesterday I had permission from the builder. They're still building them. So I asked the guy, can I get to the top? I fly drones. I just want to see what it looks like. Send the drone around. He pulled his boss over. I bought them lunch and he let me go to the top of the building. And I'm going to tell you, I live in a city, so I know all my footage, how far I can get. Maximum I can go is about 6,000 feet. And that's really on a great day when everything's perfect. I could
Right.
go about 6,000 feet with my Mavic 2s. I went to the top of the building and looking at Center City, it's beautiful. And I start to head out towards Center City. If I told you how far I went, you would not believe it. And basically, let's just say this. I went from my house to the Liberty Building, circled it, and came back with no problem at all. Now, it's under 5 miles. It's not more than 5 miles, but it's about 3 miles away in the city with all this. So it just goes to prove to your point, when you get your radio out of the mess and it's just up in the air and it pointing, the sky's the limit. Your drone is the limit and you're battered. because it doesn't have to deal with any of that, man. And I had like 3 bars zipping around the top of the Liberty Building and coming back.
I've seen the same thing happen with FPV pilots that have long range systems as of recently. They go down in the valley and they try to dive a mountain. And what I've been noticing, the guys that dive those mountains that are on top of the mountain are able to dive and come out without signal loss, without fail safe. And a lot of guys are starting to figure that out. Now, if you're down in a valley, like Herman says, and you have all these obstructions, guess
that's
what?
Scary,
you're prone to lose signal.
And race pilots, they got a special pair of balls, man, because when you lose signal with a race drone, it ain't coming home unless they have GPS.
Oh, no, I was about to say stop. If
really?
You do long distance, you flick a switch, it goes into GPS mode and shoots straight up in the air. You can set it to 200 feet, 300 feet, and it will make a beeline straight back to you. Now, the problem is it doesn't have obstacle avoidance.
Right. Well, hey, at least it comes back.
But if you tell it to climb 300 feet,
a couple hundred feet,
you tell it to climb 300 feet.
You'll gain
all right,
signal.
it should clear all the way back. Now, once you regain signal, FPV, you flick the switch again, and you just dive down to where you are.
There isn't too many things that are up a couple hundred feet in the air.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have that a couple years ago. That's all new technology. That's fabulous. And the flight controllers and all that.
Using the GPS on those on the FPV.
What happened?
But some people are like the 7-inch drones and the long range that they're doing. They're going out 1.5 miles, 2 miles.
Right.
I know Hadley has one that does
that. Hadley was clearing a mile with no reception whatsoever. And
amazing.
Going out there,
Yeah,
what cell was he flying? A 6 cell or something?
He had I think he had a 6S.
Okay. Yeah, because right now, Mike, you can take a 6 cell battery and go 1.5 miles and do flips and land on things and take off and come back without signal breakup.
Yeah, well, Hadley did a video the other day on that bite frost. That was amazing, man. I mean, and it's right there for you to look at. He was out over 1 mile, and it was clear video.
That's awesome. And that's what the bite frost is doing.
Because I would never go out 1 mile if I'm flying my race drone.
But you know what? Neither would I. But it's good to have that signal strength.
Yeah.
Because this is how you sort of train video. The guy was using Crossfire TBS system. Okay. Crossfire right now has a range of 6 miles.
Wow.
That's what Hadley runs.
Okay. So if the guys, and I know guys here in New York that are running Crossfire.
Wow.
Right. And let me tell you something. These guys say I will never go past 1 mile, but when I fly a Bando, I can go inside a 10-story building and climb the stairs like a human running up to the top and come out the roof of the building and not have any video or signal breakup.
Okay.
Yeah, I wondered how he did that.
Rhino says it's amazing. He has it on all of his quads. I know people that have converted everything to Crossfire, and now even people that I know that are using Crossfire because of DJI's FPV system are selling everything to get this DJI, because you're going from your best pair of goggles right now, even in Fat Shark, are 720p.
Right.
The best pair, and that's going to cost you $600 to $800 without the modules that cost another $200, whatever, to put in the diversity modules. Okay, so now you have something like Crossfire that operates just below the 900 megahertz frequency that can go further than DJI, but doesn't have that same clarity. That
that's only going to give you the
DJI's 1080p. Mike,
that's only going to give you the reception part of it. The VTX that they use is what gives you the video part of it.
Correct. Right.
Like I run a Unify Pro Unify, and I can go up to 1 mile and have clarity on one of my drones. It's like you look at your hand, it's just like looking at that, and it can go about 1 mile up.
Now, see, I just got turned on to TBS VTXs. I was told,
That's
Mike, in the world of FPV, if it's not TBS, leave it alone.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah, you pay a few extra dollars for it, but it's worth it. It really
Yeah,
is.
it's definitely worth it. It's like the clarity is awesome compared
I
to
gotta
all
get
the
back
other
into
drones.
it.
And if you run a decent camera with a decent VTX, and
Excuse
then
me
you
a second.
run as
So,
you-
what is the best system out there right now?
Right now, Crossfire. Right now, Crossfire.
well, that's for that one thing. I mean, there's different drones that are out there. Like Amaton's one of the best drones out there.
Yeah.
What's the best system, Mr. Crowley, as far as goggles? I mean, what is the best setup? If money wasn't an option, what would be the top of the line in race drone?
You know what? If money wasn't an option, I hate to say it, I probably would do all my drones with the DJI setup.
With the system?
DJI, yes.
It's the clarity. Now, the only thing is this Bite-Frost, or Frost, I know it's Bite-Frost, it's not Frost.
Mhm.
I call it Frostbite. Bite-Frost is actually really good. And I wouldn't have to get rid of my goggles. I can use my goggles.
Now, that doesn't work with DJI, correct?
No. It's like a separate brand. It's like a whole
Gotcha.
manufacturer.
Okay,
It's
gotcha.
Fat Shark makes it, which makes the goggles. DJI makes the
Hey, Justin,
electronic
what
goggles.
happened to Justin? I sent him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he in the chat?
And, so yeah, it's also a preference when it comes up to Bite-Frost and DJI, but with me, I'd be willing to give it a try because that DJI, so everybody that I talk to that has gotten it
Loves it.
loves it, and it's
Mike,
phenomenal. when you
Mike,
build
there are
it.
guys that have been flying Crossfire and they've been flying everything before it. And I know guys that have, I heard of a story of a gentleman who actually let his friend fly the DJI system. And the guy immediately said, I'm selling everything.
Yeah, a lot of
I was going to do the
people.
same thing and sell all the racing drones and just say,
I mean,
all my equipment
guys,
is
they
delivered.
just do it right. It's sort of like the Apple of this hobby. You know, as much as I can't stand Apple, I own an iPad Pro. You know, because you just and
You poor
let me
man.
tell-
I feel so sorry for you.
I know, I'm sorry, but here's the other thing. You ready for this? I just bought a Note 10 Plus, and guys, I am this close to bringing it back because it will not work with my drone. I tried everything today, changing wires. I've had so much. Now it works if I just go fly, but I tried going live. As you know, that's my thing. So I tried to hook it up to the YouTubes and all that, and I could not get signal. I threw my freaking Apple iPad Mini 4 in here, and within 20 seconds, I was live to the world. And
When was the last time there was an update for that drone?
You mean to the phone? To the
No,
phone?
drone.
To the drone.
Oh, well, I'm always up. Yeah, I'm always up to date. I don't.
No, I'm saying you did it. I had an update recently.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times what happens is
Check it
they
again.
got to catch up with each other on updates.
Okay, it has to be something like that. And you know what? You might be right, Herman, because when here's the funny
Especially
thing.
on a new product like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I connected to my Note 10 Plus, I got messages saying my front sensors needed to be recalibrated on the computer, the whole nine. When I connected to my Apple product, it was fine. So for
You know why? Because Apple is, there are two types of
that was
people.
a
There are
drone
Apple,
thing.
there are Apple, and then there are PC. PC is along with Android. Apple devices are designed to work. You don't
It
care
just
how
work,
it does it, but it does it. When
Yeah.
you go in the store and you buy an Apple product, you say, I want a tablet that can get online and I can make calls to China, and you can walk out the store with one.
Yep.
Okay. Now with PC, you
It's
may
so-
be able to buy it and pay an arm and a leg for it, but also you can build it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's more
when I bought
powerful.
when I bought my original Inspire one way back when, I couldn't get it to work with PC or anything.
I hear
And
you.
I called DJI, and I also called the dealer, and they both told me, go get Android, get yourself Apple product,
Apple product.
and as soon as I got an Apple product, fine.
Yep. Same here, Paul. And so it's making me start to think, because the reason I bought my phone, It wasn't about the phone. I could care less about the phone. It was about using the phone to fly with my drones. And so I went crazy trying to get the best phone. And then the brightness, all that. And I opted on the Android. And then me and the wife got the same phone. And I only got about 2 days where I have to either can bring it back or it's mine for 2 years. And I'm thinking of bringing it back for the 11 Pro. I mean, they're the same price as the Samsungs. So I'm going to give it another try. I'll do the update.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you know what? Before you do anything, go to the website, because my nephew just sold me a Samsung Tab A, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when I plugged it up to the drone the first time, it has cell service and everything, right? When I plugged it up to the drone, it saw the DJI app.
Correct.
Everything started up fine.
Right.
But for some reason, 4K at 60 was like like that.
The processor.
During the time that I tried it was at night. So I said, okay, I'm going to try again tomorrow, and I'm going to lower the settings on the drone. The next morning I cut on the tablet, there was an update for it. I did the update and that hiccup was gone.
So it works?
Oh, yes.
The A actually, see, it didn't work.
My Samsung Tab A I have for my Phantom 4 Professional. That tablet stays with that bird. But my Mavic Pro, I have a Samsung G Pad 10. Mm-hmm. Flawless.
Well, let me see if I can explain this to you, because I think I covered this before. When you have Android and you have Apple, right? Android is a program that is written, it's an open program.
Source. Open source, correct.
Apple is closed. Apple is Apple.
Proprietary.
So when you have that Android program and they put that Android program into a tablet or a phone, everyone would run out and buy the cheapest one because it's just Android.
Right.
But all of these companies have to come out with something to make it theirs and to give you a reason to go out and pay more for, the top of the line names like, LG and Samsung, whoever makes these things. They got to give you a reason to go out and buy them. So what they do is they write their software on top of the Android program.
Yeah.
Therefore, changing how that Android program runs on that device.
Later.
That's why you could take an Apple device, like Lauren said, you don't care how it works, it just works. Because it's all the same. But with an Android program, depending on the specific Android, you're going to get things that work differently. It might glitch in this system, it might glitch here, it might not glitch there. Like, for instance, the NVIDIA Shield. That tablet has never been on DJI's recommended list.
Yeah.
Works flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you can't find them.
Yeah, that hard. If you can find one, they're like gold.
Yeah.
Those are
like
like
the Jack Jalen zone.
Yeah. But I mean, they do have,
They got them on Amazon. You just got to pay a little bit more for them.
They,
hey, Mr. Crowley, wake up.
I'm awake. I'm listening. No, I'm just listening.
Yeah.
I have a cheap ass Android phone, but it works. Oh shit, it works really good. And just recently I got the Apple iPad, and when I got my drone, and that seems to be no problem either. I mean, I haven't had a problem with either one.
And then, Mike, it's also personal preference.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
I'd love to use my Android because it's what I do every day. But I'm telling you, as much as I fly, all I do is find problems with the Android. And it's because it is open source. I get it. The way
in order for you to operate happily and peacefully, everything needs to be at the same level.
Correct.
That's what Herman was saying. It's not, because Android, people come out with a product and they write their software to it.
Yeah.
So if they're at 1.0 and
then
the
you got to
tablet's
put
at
the update
3.0, If the tablet's at 3.0 and then your operating system is 1.2, you have these issues. What's that, Paul?
Crystal Sky.
Yeah.
Oh man, now that's my
Android.
Android.
my dream.
That's
Android,
Android.
but it works flawless.
Now, this is what I was going to tell you. When
That's
you go on the listed, you go on DJI's recommended list of tablets, and you look at the Android, they go with the Samsung. It's only one tablet,
Yep.
and it's the same It's the same
it's
Android
like
system that's on that.
ice cream sandwich. It's so old.
Yes, but it works.
Yeah, it's like 6.0 that this is running, and we're on
But it
9.
works.
And the processor in this isn't nothing. I don't get it. It's amazing. But let me tell you something, guys, about that tablet. That is sort of like an Apple Android, because that's why it works. The only thing on these tablets are they're bare down and they're open source, yes, but they are written. That shit is written to work with DJI. That's why it works so flawlessly. So that's manipulated, that thing. I think that's, I would say that if you went out and got yourself a phone, it wouldn't run as good as the Crystal Sky. Not to mention it's
You're right.
Bright.
You're right. You're right about that.
It's not as bright.
They have
not as
actually
bright,
gone to
obviously.
Android
But
and said, we're going to take, Jelly Bean 2.0,
Yeah,
and we're going
exactly.
to make our version.
But
Yeah,
see,
and we're
the
making
other
it work
thing I
perfect.
like is all these ports it has here.
Oh, that is sweet.
I went away from the phone and the regular tablet to go use the what do you call it? The NVIDIA Shield. And when I put the NVIDIA Shield on, all of that skip you would get it was gone. Even with the Wi-Fi for the P3, all of it was gone.
What
And
did
I
you
haven't
do?
used any other tablet since.
Wait, what did you do, Herman, to make it go away? What did you do?
I switched from a regular phone and the regular Samsung tablet to
To an
using the
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA Shield. And that's all I use it for is flying.
Yep.
My Tab A I use for my Phantom 4 Professional, and my LG G Pad,
Wow.
G10 or whatever it is, which, by the way, it's a great tablet because I use it on my Phantom 4, Standard. I
Mhm.
used it on my Phantom 4 Pro. I haven't had any problems. I've even used it on my my Mavic Pro, which is where it's assigned to. So I have the Tab A for the professional, and I have the LG G Pad 10 for my
Now,
Mavic Pro.
Let me ask you a question, Paul. You may know this. The Crystal Sky, does DJI support that? Because I hear things that it's not DJI's, but it is. I'm all freaking confused.
DJI gives you updates all the time for the Crystal Sky.
They do support that. So that is one of their, okay.
Yep. And I've got the 2000 nits. You pay a little bit more, but I'll tell you,
it's worth it.
I have it on low, and I go out in the brightest of sunshine.
That's got to be worth it. That's amazing.
Yeah, because I used to always use a tablet like an iPad Air, and I used to have those fiberglass shields that go over it. They're about this far out.
Yeah, they're a pain.
And they're a pain in the butt because as you move around, all of a sudden now the sun is over your shoulder and it's on the iPad.
Yeah, you're constantly
My
moving.
buddy flies with the Crystal Sky, and it is phenomenal. It's like it doesn't matter how bright it is out; you can see as clear as day, and it's like.
And if you buy the Crystal Sky, you can plug it into any one of the top drones, and it just works with them.
Yeah, Indigo said he was amazed about the Tab A. So am I, guys. I mean, my mom has a Tab A, and we have a couple of them laying around. And so before I went and purchased anything, I was really hoping to get away with that. Now, here's the thing. It was a while ago that I tried it. It didn't work. Yeah. So maybe through updates and all that, it works now. So
well, the Tab A that I have is recently just came out because they were giving them away. He went to buy a phone and they gave him one. But like I said, I had not done the operating system update. And now when you get an Android device, the first thing you should do is hook it up and wait for an update.
Lawrence, this is the first one that they ever came out with.
Right. You have the original Tab A.
You can't even download the DJI app.
Yeah.
And the one that I have, Mike, also has a cell phone coverage. So
oh, well, maybe that's the one I have. Then the one that Herman's talking about, maybe they're the Tab A's that I have. Because I don't have the new one. I have the older ones.
Right. This one, my nephew just got this one, and it has cell service. I can actually make calls with it, and it has a 32 gig internal hard drive, which
Guys,
I have
you
a
ever hear of the
128
Tab
gig.
S, the Samsung Tab S? I had the Tab S. I bought it like a year ago, and it was supposed. I paid like $500 for it when it came out, and I got it all pumped up. It does not work. It does not work with the freaking thing. It's glitchy. It will download the app, but it's like you know what, and then it just snaps out. And I'm like, get the hell out of here.
But
man.
question. Now, here's another question.
Mhm.
When I assigned my LG tablet and this Tab A, there is nothing else running in that machine.
Right. I made sure of that too. Yeah.
Okay, all right, because I don't even have Gmail. I don't have nothing.
Same here.
The only thing I have running in it is Google Maps and the DJI app, because that's all I need.
Yep.
Because I know guys that try and run their tablets and they have the children's games playing.
Yeah, I know.
They're like, why is it moving like my headroom?
And you know what's sad is because I love the iPad Pro, and that works flawlessly, by the way, with the anything DJI. The Pro works flawless, but it's like Paul said, it's not bright. Even though it's bright in the house, as soon as I take it outside, it kind of dies. And also, 3/4 away into a battery, what Apple does to save itself is it starts to dim the screen.
Down. Yep.
Yeah, and so by the end of the battery, I mean, I could barely see anything, and it's like, nah, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, and the other thing's nice about the Crystal Sky is it comes with its own battery pack.
No,
and you get two of them, so you always have a charged one in your bag. And so when you click that, it shows you how much battery you got in
Hey,
that.
Mike, the new Tab A, has an outdoor mode.
Oh, get out of here!
You
Really?
You press the button, and it goes.
Oh,
and I made the mistake of going flying one night, and I had it in outdoor mode
at one night.
and I cut the tablet on. I'm looking at it, and it was like,
yeah,
you know.
Oh my God, dude. Well, I look, you know, it's one of them things where why mess around? Just go get the freaking best. As much as you hate to do it, just go get it, because what winds up happening is you buy 5 other things, and then when you add up all the money, you could have went out and bought the thing you really wanted to begin with.
Mike, look at the wall.
Yes, exactly.
Look at the wall.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, what he's telling you is spend the $100.
Yeah, come on.
Save your money
I'm dying. It's killing
Listen,
me,
Mike,
man.
what's up, Big John? How are you, John?
Every review.
Hey, Mike, let me tell
Yes,
you something. When I just got into FPV, I had a small collection. It was maybe about 3 or 4. And the guy told me back then, go with Crossfire. And I looked at the price, because the receiver that I pay for one of these is anywhere from $12 to $18.
Same here.
You get a receiver for Crossfire, you're talking $60, $70. And then you're talking flight control, you're talking VTX,
the module,
another $30 or $40, Team Black Sheep, you know.
Module's like $100, isn't it, Mr. Crowley? Yeah, it's like $100, the 1 watt module that plugs into your thing.
Thank you.
It starts to get pricey, yeah. But if you would have bought it, you know,
right now, check it out. The module that you plug into the back of this radio, this same Taranis radio, the module that you plug in, starts at $200.
Is that what? Oh, I thought it was only $100.
That's the light version. That's the light version.
You gotta go pro.
Yeah, you have to.
But
Paul,
like Rhino
thank
says,
God you're not in the FPV, Paul,
I
because
know,
you
right?
would be broke, dude. He would.
No, he
be broke.
wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He would have
Yes.
a bunch of DJI.
He'd have all the top of the line, dude. And look at this. And that Armaton just built this quad, and it's gold plated. Look at the motors, and oh yeah, you gotta have the gold motors. You gotta have the gold motors. Yeah, they fly better.
Michael, it's only $100 right now.
Oh, stop. He was, dude, I get, and then there's this guy, that little freaking guy on that motorcycle. I'm writing him and I'm telling him, stop doing your freaking videos, guys. With the little horn on his little bike, and the helmet, I'm gonna freaking kill him. He does a controller interview yesterday, and that's where it was holding me. Oh, if it ain't a controller, it ain't a drone. And then here it is, right on my screen. Hey, fly to Skydio with the controller. Play. See, and Rhino. I hit it, and he's like, and look what happens when you push it forward right at a tree. He's and it's like, you son of a bitch, it's just freaking beautiful. And the guy's like, oh, it's magic, it's magical. Oh wow. And I had to turn the freaking thing off, and then I went to the website. How much are they still available? Oh, they're still available. And for like 2 hours, I fought with it, and then I had to get off.
Hey, John, how are we doing? We're good, man. We're okay. We were just talking a little FPV, a little drone stuff. But
Big John, what's good, man? So we got
Big man. Usually John, I found out he's the one that I knew. John is how I know people watch those guys in the cut, because he watches us. He works overnight, so he watches us overnight. And he took a picture of in his car. He was listening to those guys, I guess, on his way to work or something like that. You're dying to get it. You're dying to go get FPV. What are they talking about?
Who?
Because John, I let him come out to where we live and check out my Sin Whoop, and he was like, "Oh man, you shouldn't have did that, man. I'm still shaking, from the adrenaline."
I thought maybe he was going to get the Skydio too.
Yeah, well, John uses the A-Pass on his Mavic 2. So, what do you need a Skydio 2 for when you already have a Mavic 2 that does it?
Well, there is a difference. There is a difference in A-Pass and what the Skydio 2 does, because it's like if you watch the demos, because I have A-Pass on all my stuff too, but what it does is it goes up and it stops, and then it might go up, around, or whatever. That Skydio, the guy tried to run it into a tree, and it just goes around smooth.
And how about when it found the way through it, dude? Yeah. Did you see? He's like, oh, don't worry, it'll find its way through. And the freaking drone was looking.
You know what the difference is? You want to know what the difference is between A-Pass? The difference is between A-Pass and the Skydio is processing speed.
Yep.
The Skydio processes 10 times faster than what DJI is doing.
The camera senses actual ability.
I said this on Sunday nights with those guys. Don't sleep DJI. They have A-Pass.
Yeah.
And A-Pass 2 is coming out for the Mavic 3. Don't be surprised if they speed that heifer up some. Yeah. I'm just saying, don't sleep on DJI, because every time.
But when every time comes out, I'm going to buy that too.
Paul, every time.
Not all of us are unlimited funds like you, Paul.
Every time, that's true. But every time someone comes into the ring with their hoodie on, DJI just comes out and goes, bloop.
Yes, they do. They stomp them, man.
Right. They don't have to. They don't have to thump them. They just pluck them away like a.
But isn't it good though? I love it, because as soon as the Skydio came onto the market, what did DJI do? They counterpunched.
Oh, John says A-Pass 2 is already out. So so when they come out with the
the 2.0, the Mavic Mini,
right? When they come out with the Mavic 3, then if A-Pass is on full, I'm pretty sure that they're going to make it faster. Right now, A-Pass moves like it's in semi tripod mode.
Yeah.
It's nice and slow and smooth.
Well, there was an update recently on the A-Pass system that came down on our Mavic 2s.
Oh, get out of here. There was?
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to hook it up to the computer and do this freaking thing tonight.
Do your updates, man.
Yeah, and well, I'll tell you what else too. When you fly a lot, I don't know how they do it. If they do it by mileage or by batteries, I don't know how DJI does it. But I noticed I'm getting more updates to do my sensors than some other people, and it stands right because of the amount of flight time I have. So as I keep putting more time into it, I keep, every now and then I'll say, hey, you need to redo your sensors again. And nobody wants to do that. It's a pain in the ass. You got to hook to the computer and stare and do the little circles.
And then it doesn't always work.
It doesn't
Yeah, and then it doesn't
work,
always
right.
work. Yeah. And then so you got to, there's a little trick to it, but I haven't had it. I had a problem in the beginning, and then I kind of found out that sweet spot. And so far I've been lucky.
That's kind of true. John isn't kind of one to be limited. I'm going to tell you, when I first met him, we met him over by Cool Bic. He had a Spark. Let me tell you something, Philly Drone Life.
Yeah.
What he did to that Spark was just
Yeah.
pure damn abuse.
Oh, really?
But when I say abuse, he was flying that Spark 1.5 miles, 2 miles away.
Wow.
Like, yo,
Oh,
puppy,
I like
yo,
Big
look at
John.
this.
Big John, you're my kind of boy, man. I'm liking that. But I hope you treated it like your child, because
No,
I
he did,
I
he
abuse
did.
my drones,
He
but
did,
I watched
when
them.
she came back, them batteries were going.
Yeah. Oh, but I let them rest overnight. I mean,
Mike actually tucks all his drones in at night.
You're gonna
I was gonna
laugh.
say,
I
he has a little
do.
baby, like,
You know what?
bassinet.
You know what? I thought I was the only one that did this,
Yeah.
but Herman confirmed that I wasn't, because I have my drones on the side of the bed.
Yeah.
So in the event, now I have this stuff here.
In the event that
Okay,
there's a
this
fire.
stuff can burn, but I have my Phantom 4 Pro right
Same here.
beside my bed. I
Yeah.
have my Mavic Pro right beside my bed.
Mine's are next to the front door.
Hopefully, if there's a fire,
No, that's too close.
Yeah.
yeah, that's too close, man.
That's
Seriously.
too close. I got waterproof cases for all of the drones.
Yeah, same here. It's funny. Thanks to Paul. Because they wouldn't be in it all.
No, I just don't like having a drone in a backpack.
Oh no.
I
And
don't.
that's my
That's
downfall.
good for
I
taking it someplace.
honestly believe that this winter I'll have to break down and get a new case.
I don't believe in leaving the drone squeezed up in
Yeah,
anything.
same here. I feel the same way, Herman. That's so funny. I had the cheaper ones and they were okay, but I always kind of was still worried about how to put the thing down. And then when
See,
Paul
Rhino,
said-
you got it. You got it, Rhino. 100%. I can't say it right now, but you said what I was thinking.
Here, take the fan. That's
No,
great.
not here. Take the Phantom. Get the kid. I'll hold these.
Yeah.
So that's
No, I wouldn't do that, Severe. I really wouldn't do that. But I'm telling you, once I get out of bed, and if there's a fire and I smell smoke, I am grabbing those too.
When Laura said you get the wife and kid out the house, and you're like, I'm going back in. For what? My drones.
Yeah. Hey, man, for the amount of money, damn straight.
Let me
Damn
explain
straight.
So you know
something.
what? For the amount of money, I'm liable to get the drones first. And
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute, stop! You're backing up the hallway. Hold me, get the drones out.
It's okay. It's only third-degree burn.
Oh, grab the other one. Come on.
You can carry two.
Yeah.
It's gonna smell like smoke in the morning.
Yeah.
The firemen are knocking at the door, and he says, "Not yet. I got to get my drones. Not yet."
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold this. I got to go back for the other one.
It'll be a lot easier than going to State Farm and filing a claim for them. Okay.
So guys, how do you feel about the smart controller? How do you feel about that as opposed to
You wanna know what?
talking
I
about
think-
all kinds of things?
I think that the smart controller was the first test of what they want to come out with, because the smart controller shows you that they have a universal remote that works with everything.
Well, I think it was a good idea. The problem with the smart controllers, and I hope that they don't kill it.
But with the OcuSync 3.0,
Yes,
Because
yes.
they said that this thing with the firmware update would be able to control
Yeah.
anything that was on OcuSync 2.0. And
Yep.
they did
Right.
that.
Right. But the
Right.
Mavic 3 is going to have 3.0.
Right. And that's where the problem comes in. Is that big expensive controller dead now, or is it just good for the drones that you have now?
That's what it is. That's
and keep this in mind. And keep this in mind also.
Dead, it can't go anywhere. But that Crystal Sky monitor
is good for everything.
Can be moved from drone to drone to drone.
Hey, Big Matt said if I had the agricultural drone, I could put the fire out.
Yeah.
No, hey Matt, check this out, Matt. Program it.
That's a good one, Matt.
To wet a path. Program it to wet a path away from the house.
I take showers with
so you can get the other drones out.
Yeah.
Take a freaking shower with it. Why get in the bath, man? You can have fun and get wet.
So you know what's gonna happen?
John says he's staying with
Mike,
2.0.
You know what's gonna happen, Mike? You're gonna be taking a shower with this drone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna self-land when the police take you away and this thing is still hovering.
Well, just think, you can shower and dry off with the same freaking drone.
Yeah,
you
you're
just
right.
Stop the water and just sit under it, and I'm dry. I'm good to go.
And you can control the spray.
Yeah, and here you go.
You
can heavier water, please.
With a little mister can be shampoo bottle.
Yeah. Hey, I could see the videos now, and it only cost me $30,000. You know?
Yeah, right.
Shower, 30.
Well, look at all the shower heads you got.
Yeah, that's right. And you get a dryer too, so
that's probably around that price range.
Man, I'll tell you. But so you guys think they're coming out with another controller, another universal controller with a
There's
screen?
no need to. Technically, if look at it this way, why come out with another controller when all you have to do is change the firmware and what you have?
Well, that's what you would think, right? Yeah, but then they don't make any money, Lawrence. See, right now what they could do is create a whole new smart controller and call it 3.0
If you guys want to know what we're talking about, agricultural drone, this is DJI's agricultural drone.
I can guarantee you this. They'll come out, if they come out with a new Mavic, it'll just be like how they did with the Platinum series. It'll be a slightly bit better, but it'll never be what you've seen in the Sky.
But look what happened to the Platinum series. It failed.
Yeah, but they're not. They just came out with that drone. What, a year now or so?
Big John saying that
they're not going to kill it.
Big John saying the 3 ain't coming out with 3.0. I mean, we don't really know any of this anyway. Is there news on it, or is it written?
No,
hold on.
Rumors. These are just rumors.
It's funny you would ask, because as long as this guy Ostilov comes up with his composite drawings, I saw him come up with the drawing for the Mavic Pro. I saw him come up.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, guys.
I saw him come up with the drawing for the Mavic 2. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now. All right. I don't care what anyone says. Active Track 3.0, OcuSync 3.0, and ACAS always on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would believe this too.
And something that no other drone can do. She can return home without GPS. You know why? Because OcuSync 3.0 will not won't lose connection with the radio.
Wow.
So then you won't need GPS to return home. But this is his drawing. He put this out about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago, and the aperture of 2.0.
That's sick.
Instead of 2.8. That's almost a stop and a half extra.
Yeah.
From 2.8 down to 2.0. They got to have something in between. You understand what I'm saying? So Mavic 3. When will it come out? Who knows? CES is coming. You know, whenever DJI is at CES, they always have a video to show you guys.
Yeah. Well, my girl looked it up
or something. And I don't think the teaser is going to be that freaking Mavic Mini piece of garbage.
Yeah, she's been saying, she looked all over the internet and she said it's rumored to come out in January 2020, which is just a couple months away.
Are you talking about the Mavic Mini?
The Mavic 3.
Well, isn't that when they have that spring show in New York? Isn't that when they
Yeah, I think that's the CES in January.
Oh, CES is always in Cali.
Oh, okay.
CES is to CES 2020.
Used to be in Vegas, didn't it?
Yeah, somewhere where there's a bunch of snakes and scorpions. If you snatch one and run, you won't survive.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. 2.0 is strong enough, but hey, if you want to give me 3.0 and 5.0, I'll take it.
Hey, John, remember when you got your first Android and they were like still on Jelly Bean?
Yeah.
And then they came out with cookies and cream?
Yes.
It never ends, bro.
Yeah.
It never ends.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Someone's always thinking years into the future. In fact, here's something you guys didn't think about.
No, nothing
For
here
you
on the
guys who are old enough, you remember the Jetsons,
Yep.
right? The Jetsons cartoon. All right.
George Jetson.
They had the video phone
Right.
hangouts. All right. When they played sports, you saw robots playing, right? Didn't DJI come out with a little battle bot?
Yep. They
All right.
talked into their watch.
All of it's coming to fruition. It's here already.
They already have robots playing sports.
Yes, they do. And now they have that racing drone. Oh, John, I got to show you
The
that.
NFL proved that.
Drone Racing League has a fully autonomous racing drone that keeps coming in second against a human, but eventually it will beat a human.
Hey, Lawrence, you know your camera's off, right?
My what?
Camera.
My camera's off?
Yeah, well, all we see is
yeah.
those
I'm
guys.
sorry.
NYC.
Oh, I'm
Stop
There
sorry.
you
I was
go.
sitting here.
Go up
Stop
in
playing.
now.
Stop playing.
No, I was sitting here snacking on something. So
Stop
Oh,
playing
okay.
around.
Well, that was fine. I just didn't know if you didn't know.
Why, what
no,
you
I
have?
didn't. Thank you for letting me know. I
Why,
was
what you
talking
have?
and looking at the camera like I
What'd
like
you
it was
have?
on.
Since you were hiding it, what'd you have?
None.
Paul snacks out in the open. What'd you have?
Hey,
None.
no, you ate something. I can see the crumbs.
The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel. None of your damn business.
So check it out. We're about to get out of here.
Yes, we are. Hey, Big John, before we get out of here, Herman, we need to wait for these guys to come back to do a drop. But
Ooh.
Big John, when are you gonna come out here and get that train bridge at night? Because he came
They
out
got more lights on it?
times, and each time he had a mishap. He recorded a bridge. He was catching me following a train, all of that, and he forgot to hit record. So he needs to make up for that.
He's doing good.
But I think, to be honest, we need, what the hell?
Dinner just came.
I see.
Almond chicken.
Oh,
Egg
you was
roll.
good.
I want
You was
that egg
good.
roll.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
Paul. I'm just hold on. If you hear a knock on the door in about 5 seconds, 4, 3. No, go ahead. I want some almond chicken.
See them bum rush Paul for his chicken.
Yeah. It's got the brown rice, it's got the egg roll, and it's got a special sauce that goes over the chicken that comes this way. You just pour it on.
Don says they had Chinese last night. What kind of special sauce is that comes in a damn 8-ounce cup?
Oh, it's good stuff. I'll give you a look. It's like an almond sauce. Can you see it?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you just pour it on like that. Ooh.
All right. See.
Well, anyway, we're about to get out of here, guys.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank
Panda
you guys for
Express.
stopping in and hanging out with us. Al
Lawrence
Diaz,
wants to go
Indigo
eat.
Rhino, Big John, Curtis. Thanks for stopping in, man. Al Diaz and everybody else in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us here at this crew of guys in the panel. Mike, Philly Joe Life, Mr.
No
Crowley.
drop.
What happened?
No
We got to
drop.
do a drop, don't we?
Yeah, we didn't do not one drop.
Don't worry
That's what
about
we're
it.
doing.
We can get it. I'm just
Okay.
thanking them for hanging out with you guys. So let's get this drop, guys. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Those guys.
Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
Those
guys.
You know, it feels so good to have a mic and then go, baby.
And I'd like to thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with us again, like I said before. And thank you guys for hanging out with me.
I got one question,
Hanging with
Herman.
the people, yes.
Are you feeling a little better?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Good. Then it
I had
worked.
a little fruit punch and stuff there. You know,
What was in the fruit punch?
fruit punch, a straw.
A straw.
Good night,
Well, let me-
guys. We
Good night,
appreciate
everybody.
the support.
Have a good
Good
night,
night,
everyone.
everybody to chat. Good night.
We appreciate the support and love. Don't forget to come check out Sunday nights with those guys.
And I'll see you next time on Phantom Flight 101 with those guys.